Whether it's the breezy waters of South Florida beckoning, or the barbecue and lively music of Austin calling their name, Americans are increasingly picking up and planning roots in the South. Like Nina Price, who took a road trip from Boston to Austin in September 2020, intending to stay for a few short months until plans changed.
I had zero interest in coming back to Boston in the dead of winter, and I was loving Austin. I had met a bunch of great friends there. I just loved the way of life, so I decided to stay, and now I'm 2.5 years later, haven't left.
Price, who does marketing for a startup, represents a big piece of the pie in this southern shift. Young people in their 20s and 30s, emboldened by work from home trends, taking their shot in a new city. Nearly 1.4 million Americans have moved to the South between the middle of 2021 and 2022, with Texas and Florida easily grabbing the lion's share, followed by North Carolina and Georgia. The states seeing the biggest exodus: New York, California, and Illinois. It's a story that can also be told through cities, with Houston, Miami, and Atlanta seeing the largest percentage of inbound moving rates in 2022, as the Miami Metro has seen by far the largest increase since the start of the pandemic.
We have sunshine, we have palm trees, we have beaches, we have no income tax.
Jordan Lederman has been selling real estate in South Florida for more than a decade and runs the Lederman Group at Fortune Christie's International Real Estate. With this influx of people, how have the communities and the neighborhoods changed?
They've changed dramatically. You know, we have so many cool areas now.
Those on the move appear to be exporting a small slice of their old cities with them.
When you go to the financial district of Miami, which is called Brickell, it really looks like a mini New York. You see everything from professionals to young families to large families. And normally those would be the tourists.
Demographers say it's not just younger people, but older folks too, pulled by a variety of factors.
The number of cities there, the number of the homes that are available there, the number of jobs that are available there are going to attract a large part of the migrants that are going to the South.
For Price, she says she might return to the Northeast someday, but for now, the future is just that.
I don't know if it's a generational shift or just a general cultural shift that's allowing people to feel a little bit more of that freedom and not as much of a tie to a place as it is to experiences.
Sam, with such high demand, what about concerns over housing costs? Are they playing a role in this?
Look, so the cost of living differences, Chanel, and certainly housing is very much at the forefront of that, are still substantial. When you look at New York or Los Angeles compared to Miami, Atlanta, Austin, yes, the prices here have exploded in recent years, but it's still a better value proposition. There's also another thing to point out right now, which is the fact that traditionally demographers say this younger generation, which tend to be more diverse, usually flocks back to bigger cities like New York, like Chicago. The question right now, will they revert to the baseline and do that, or are we looking at a permanent change? Chanel?
That's so interesting, Sam. Thank you. I know so many people.
You left your hometown.
No, I was going to say, I don't know if we can go back to Sam, but it's all of that and what was just behind Sam. Sam's handsome, but Sam, if you can get out of the way, that view is just, I mean come on.
Why wouldn't you?
Come on, you got that view,
I know.
low taxes, what we call guaneo, you got the Llamas family down there.
Right.
I like the Sam Rock view, just saying. Come back in, Sam. Come on back
Sam.
in.
I mean, it's just, I don't know.
I was going to say, Tom might be a little biased in all of this, but he's right. Not having to deal with harsh weather is so nice. No state income taxes. That was another one response that I got from people.
Good story. All right, thank you, Sam.
Well,
perfect transition
I know,
now.
weather's perfect. Here we
To
go.
Dylan
Sam set it
Dreyer.
up.
I just want to throw out there that if you take the Staten Island ferry, the view of Lower Manhattan looks just like
Agree.
that.
Fair enough.
Not in February.
Well, maybe not February. Although today it's going to be nearly 60 degrees in New York City.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.